Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. Thank you for joining us. I am one of the hosts, Kellie Raspberry Evans, along with my husband.
Hello, Alan.
That's Alan Evans. And we're so excited to be back with you for another podcast. Hopefully the best of our podcast career, but you never know. Could go either way.
I think they get better and better as time goes on.
Oh, Lord. I don't know about that.
Why?
But,
Why don't you know about that?
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes we kind of, we'll see.
Well, you are your own toughest critic.
I am my own
is
worst
what I
critic.
have heard.
I am. Sometimes I think the podcasts are so horrible, and then I'll go back and listen to them, and they're not as bad as I remember. I guess it's worse when you're living it, when you're experiencing it live. You get sweaty and uncomfortable and awkward. And then you go back and listen to it, and some of the stuff that you know is going on doesn't translate over the podcast.
Right. Because sometimes our wonderful listeners,
our
family cannot see the ridiculous faces we're making at each other, the gestures sometimes. Every once in a while, you'll throw me a California howdy.
Is that a bird?
Yes.
I don't ever shoot you the bird in front of you.
You have
only behind your back.
So they don't get to see all that.
Every wife has shot her husband the bird behind his back, right?
No. I don't think my mother has ever done that to my dad.
I bet she has.
We can ask her.
We can. Just like I thought my father had never peed in the yard because somebody said once that all men pee in the yard.
They do.
I insisted my father hadn't, and then
they
said
do.
He had.
All men pee in the yard.
So I'm telling you, every woman has shot the bird at her husband behind his back.
I beg to differ.
All right. We'll find out.
Okay.
I wish we could call her now, but we can't.
Isn't that some technology? We've got. I guess we'll touch.
We've got technology coming.
We can touch on this a little bit, but we're doing a new thing with YouTube now.
Yes.
And instead of streaming our recording on Facebook, we've now moved that to YouTube.
Right.
So you may not know that A Sandwich and Lovin' actually has a YouTube channel.
A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Is that what I said?
You said A Sandwich Lovin'.
I said A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
You said A Sandwich and Lovin'. You left out the some. I know. You're going to argue me that you did say it because sometimes when you think you said something you didn't, you think you did. It's okay. We're not going to fight about it. You can go back and listen to the podcast later. So anyway, yes.
Did you want me to finish what I was going to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or do you want me to just going to stop at that?
No, I was just letting people know that's where to find us.
Okay. So what you do, you go to youtube.com and search for A Sandwich and Some Lovin', like I said before, and click subscribe.
Right.
And then when we record a podcast, you will get a notification, which is kind of cool. And we'll also upload our recording videos. I think we're going to try to start uploading some more videos too, right?
We're going to try.
Some different videos?
Maybe Alan's been cooking a lot in the kitchen. Maybe he'd like to share some of his recipes. I will not share some of mine.
That's all I've done lately.
Every time I try something, Alan makes faces at
That's
me.
all I've done lately is cook.
Well, I think you'd prefer it that way.
I prefer it that way because all you've done lately is clean.
Yeah.
And I don't like to clean.
Okay.
I like to cook.
I am absolutely fine with that.
I like to cook.
Deal.
Okay.
So maybe we'll do Alan's recipes. Maybe we'll, I don't know, do a craft project. We could have our own little YouTube channel.
A craft project?
Yeah.
What kind of craft project?
I don't know. We can think of something. Maybe we'll do picture frames. Maybe we'll make some homemade potpourri.
Well, gosh, potpourri. Does anybody use potpourri anymore?
Yes.
I've made Christmas ornaments with the children.
There you
Christmas
go. That would have absolutely, you make Christmas ornaments with the kids in parentheses quotes every year. Usually you end up doing them, but for each kid gets their own, and it's always a theme like Star Wars or the Dallas Cowboys or what else have you done?
Ninja Turtles.
And that'd be great, but we have to wait now until Christmas time to show that.
Yeah. Well,
but that's an idea. We could do a craft project video.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
There's a lot of things we can do on YouTube
but that's
that we cannot do on Facebook.
Hey, and maybe our listeners have some ideas of wacky bits they want us to do. What do you want to see us do? Do you want to just see like what it's around here at Evans Manor while Kellie and I are bickering back and forth about a number of subjects? Or would you actually want to see curated content?
Well, we do that on the podcast, but other stuff we could do,
right.
like home tour and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll get to that later. So check us out on our YouTube channel if you're listening in your car on the podcast now, because we'll be recording typically every Sunday night and every Wednesday night.
Maybe a Speedo try-on. We could try that. We could do that.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't know. I'm just trying.
Hey, y'all,
I'm just thinking of ideas.
I did get Alan to try something besides his bikini underwear. Ever since we got together and the first time I saw him in his mankini underwear, I've been like, I really like a man in boxer briefs. He hates boxer briefs, won't wear them because he said they ride up. But for Valentine's Day, now that he's lost 21 pounds, was it
21? Yeah, I've lost 21 pounds. 21 pounds.
I thought this is the time for him to try some underwear that I like. So instead of getting him the Calvin Klein boxer briefs, I got him the Calvin Klein trunks, which are just like the boxer briefs, but less long. They're shorter. And you like them.
I like them. I do.
Yes.
And I guess it's because I'm not such a fat man anymore, but they just fit better. They're pretty comfortable.
Good.
Like the ones you got me, the
trunks.
The trunks, they're Calvin Klein, I believe.
Yep.
Hashtag
Got them at Nordstrom Rack.
Hashtag not an ad.
Not an ad, I'm just telling you.
But yeah, I might migrate over like we've migrated from Facebook, old school, to YouTube, newer school. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll migrate from Mantis, older school.
Maybe that can be one of your YouTube videos. Let the people choose. Man panties or trunks.
Yeah. Yeah. So
they can help you decide a bathing suit for our family vacation. Speaking of,
well, I've already have a couple. But
you might want to get a new one. You might want to get a new European mankini for the family vacation, which is coming up in July. And we'd, of course, love to have as many of the podcast family listeners go with us as possible. $50 holds your spot. I think the final payment was due May 5th for our trip the week of July 8th. And if you want to get any information on that, go to kellyanddallin.com/vacation, and that'll give you the information to hook up with our travel agent, Judy, who's helping us with this. She can help you with the rooms. She can help you book your airfare, unless you want to do that part on your own. But to get the deal with our rooms, you have to go through Judy. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We have people celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, and somebody's on their honeymoon with us.
How about that?
The more the merrier.
Think there's going to be shots being done on that trip?
Absolutely. We're going to have so much fun.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. Hey, and here's the deal. I mean, we can't take everyone in the world. There's going to be a limited amount of spots here.
Right.
So you got to sign up.
Right. There's only so many rooms. But $50 holds your spot. So even if you don't have like $800 now to pay for the trip, that's fine. You have until May 5th. But get in it.
And get on it. It's $800 per person, but that's for 4 days, all inclusive.
Right. And the hotel, airport to the hotel transfers.
So
yeah. And if you've ever done all inclusive before, and this is a really great resort. This is when we first went last year, it's because our travel agent told us that's where all the chefs that she knows like to vacation because the food's so good. And we just had such a great time. The water was perfect. The waves were great. We'd ride waves every day. We'd hang out, by the ocean all day, and then the pool in the evening, and go to dinner every night. It was awesome. And we'd love for you to go with us. So again, it's kellyanddallin.com/vacation if you'd like to go. And maybe for one of our YouTube videos, we'll have Alan do a bathing suit fashion show, and y'all can pick which bathing suit he wears.
That's a lot of pressure.
You are the least shy person when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But this is a lot of pressure because I'm on this weight loss program in big part because I wanted to do it with you. But then also we got this vacation coming up where I'm going to be around all these people who, most of them, probably all of them I haven't met.
Right. Me too.
So I'm going to be
practically naked.
Practically naked in front of these people. I want to be looking good. I want to be looking right.
All right. That's coming up. So
all right.
We're getting ready for that. Now, on this podcast, we're going to also talk about there's a super moon coming on Tuesday. Did you realize we're having another super moon?
When those moons come around, those blue moons and blood moons, and everyone starts acting weird.
Well, I know. It does. It
throws everyone's karma off.
It does. Because, the gravitational pull of the moon affects the tides. Why wouldn't it affect the fluids in our bodies? Because we're made of mostly water. So it does have an effect.
2/3 water.
We'll talk about that. And also the 4 digital rules to follow when you are in love. There are digital rules for people to follow if they want to remain in a healthy relationship.
Digital meaning fingers or digital meaning
social media and
data.
Things like that.
Oh,
data.
Okay.
Also, I got a letter from someone that asks about step parenting.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a stepfather, so maybe you can help with that.
I am too a stepfather.
And then we have a little homework for everybody that we're going to
Homework?
Yep, homework.
That's what poor Cole's doing in the kitchen right now. I said, here, buddy, we got an hour you need to kill, so do some homework.
What's he doing?
He's doing some practice drills.
Yeah, we got one doing homework. We've got one sick. My daughter's sick. We think she either has strep or the flu. I don't know. I think it's strep. So I'll be taking her probably to the doctor tomorrow. Just a lot going on, but it's all right.
A lot going on.
We're going to get to it. But first, this podcast, yes, we want to tell you about Joybird.
Joybird.
This part of the podcast is brought to you by the online furniture shopping company named Joybird. They believe you should never settle when it comes to your home furnishings, that you should always have the freedom to be boldly original. I'll tell you the truth. When I was first decorating my home and I would have empty rooms, I would just go out and buy the first thing I saw and put it in there and immediately regret it. A, because I was just filling space, or B, because it wasn't exciting. It was just bland. It was boring. Well, this is where Joybird will be so helpful to you, especially if you've got some rooms you need to decorate and furnish, because for whatever idea you have, Joybird can bring it to reality. You can create the space and the furniture that brings you joy. And you know, that's what we're all about right now, is sparking joy. That's what Marie Kondo says. And your furniture should spark that same joy as well. So whether you're into mid-century modern, if you're into contemporary classics, with Joybird, you can customize so many fabric choices. If you like leather, if you like plush velvet, in every color you can imagine. If you have kids and pets, they have those fabrics that work best with those animals and children running amok in your house. And each Joybird piece is made by hand. And they have a 365-day home trial. You can sleep on it, sit on it, break it in. If you don't love it, return it for a full refund.
That's right. See how Joybird is revolutionizing online furniture shopping? Create the furniture that brings you joy today at joybird.com/883. Okay.
That's
good.
Different,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's easy to remember, though. Just go to joybird.com/883 and receive an exclusive offer, 25% off your first order. They're giving this stuff away by using code 883.
Thank you, Joybird.
Joybird.
Okay, like Alan said, the supermoon is, well, I said the supermoon is coming, but like Alan says, it really does affect people. I know that women go into labor around full moons, that the hospitals, their emergency rooms go through the roof because a lot of people who maybe have some mental issues, it really escalates those issues. The police are a lot busier when it's a full moon, but this is a super moon, which is even bigger than a regular full moon.
Supermoon's a full moon, but isn't it closer?
Yes,
isn't that the deal?
It's close to the planet. So NASA says the next full moon is going to be the biggest and brightest of the year. So we did have, back in January, we had that super blood wolf moon eclipse.
Yeah,
the blood moon.
I remember that, yeah.
I forgot about it and forgot to go out and look at it. But this one we're getting on Tuesday is going to be larger and brighter than that one. And then we're going to get another super moon on March 20th. They're like back to back, January, February, March.
Okay.
And then the rest of the year it's going to be regular full moons. So the next super moon is March 20th. All right. So this one on Tuesday, February 19th, depending on when you listen to this podcast, if you're listening past February 19th, you're too late for this one. But it's called the snow moon. And the only reason it's called that is they said this was given that name by Native American tribes in the United States. It's given to the second full moon of winter because typically it's snowing by then. And there is a lot of snow in the country right now, not where we live, but there you go. So this is going to be called the snow moon on Tuesday, February 19th. And the alternative name for snow moon is the hunger moon.
Wow.
Because when it's snowing and super snowy, the Native Americans, I guess, couldn't, they couldn't hunt, and the land was all covered in snow. So it was also called the hunger moon.
Is Native American still correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What else would it be?
Well, I thought they were indigenous peoples. I thought that's what we were supposed
Native
to say.
Americans, I don't think that's offensive. If it is, please let me know.
Well,
because
I'm not saying it's. I just thought
heaven
that,
knows I don't want to offend anybody.
Well, I thought that had changed.
I don't think so.
You know what Cole said the other day?
What? He can hear you. He's within
I know.
earshot.
Well, it's fine if he hears me. We were in a restaurant the other day, and he saw a small person, and he said, "Daddy, there's a," and he didn't use the correct word, and I said, "Buddy, you can't say that. You need to say
midget."
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And I said, whoa.
Right.
Kind of looked around. I said, no, buddy, it's actually, it's a little person.
Little person.
But I think that's correct.
I think little person's
Yeah,
still correct.
yeah.
Or a person of smaller stature.
Yeah.
Anyway, the supermoon, you were right. It happens when a supermoon, when the moon is simultaneously full and it's at the point in its orbit where it is closest to the Earth. And when this happens, a moon appears to be larger and brighter in the sky. The moon's orbit is not a perfect circle due to the gravitational forces from both the sun and the Earth. So it varies in distance from the Earth throughout the year. So technically, the moon is going to reach its full peakness Tuesday morning, February 19th at 10:54 a.m. Eastern Time. You can see the moon in the sky during the daytime, but this is at 10:54 a.m. Eastern Time, but they say it won't be visible to most of the U.S. at that time. Instead, you have to wait for the moonrise, which occurs between 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. your local time. So make sure you're outside between 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. your local time. And they say if you want to capture a really good supermoon photo, getting it at the moonrise is your best bet. And due to the optical illusion, the moon's going to be larger to us and closer, the closer it is to the horizon. So when the moon rises. So there you go. That's all the information you need. I remember being a little girl, my first supermoon. I was living in Glendale, and we moved when I was in the third. So it was probably I was in the first grade, and I was so scared because the moon was so gigantic. I thought it was coming to us and was going to hit us. It was that big. I've never seen one that big since.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it was super, super huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember your first big supermoon?
No, babe. You know,
it was that
honestly,
impactful on me.
I've never been too interested in not astrology, astronomy.
Yeah.
The stars and the constellations.
Really?
And no, not too much.
I find it very interesting. Not just the horoscopes.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual, how they used to look up and you could see the Big Dipper and the Archer and all that stuff.
No, I find it interesting. I just have never really kept up with all this you're telling me right now. I had no idea. I've never.
Good. That was educational.
It was educational. I've never kept up with the moon schedule or anything, when the new moon is, when the waning moon is, and the waxing moon, and all that stuff.
My grandmama did. She used to follow the Farmer's Almanac.
Almanac, yeah.
And you should only, if you want to grow your hair, if you want your hair to grow faster, you get your hair cut on the growing moon. And if you want your hair to grow slower, you want not to grow out as quickly, you get it cut on the shrinking moon. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That is value added.
Grandmama Raspberry.
Why do we go?
Because my daddy does.
Okay,
that.
why don't you explain that story real quick?
There's not really a story. He just does that noise a lot.
I know, but didn't it start with something you said or something like that?
I don't remember. Do you remember? I really don't.
You don't remember?
I'm not trying to be funny.
I thought
he just all the time.
Well, that when he goes he's kind of dismissing something.
Right. He doesn't agree with what you're doing, but he's like,
Right. He's right, exactly. But wasn't it that there was something going on with your mom and dad, and he invited us or something, and then you said I couldn't go because I was going to get a tattoo?
Was that it?
I think that was
remember.
it. And then he went, I don't know why I think that's funny. Yeah. And you know what? So Kellie and I...
It's very judgy.
It's very judgy. So now Kellie and I have made... It's kind of a habit with us now. Now all the time we go, And now it's spread over to my sister and her husband, and my nieces do it now. My niece Violet will go, And my brother-in-law said he was trying to tell his daughter Violet something the other day, and she went, I said, Violet, you can't do that.
It's a little dismissive. A little dismissive.
See how your dad started this whole thing? All right.
Talking about each other's parents is probably not a good rule for marriages. I'm joking, but I was about to parlay this into... I saw this in Time Magazine. I get updates from Time Magazine in my emails. I don't know how I ended up getting these, but I get them, and I enjoy a lot of them. And this one I thought was interesting. It's the 4 digital rules that you should follow when you are in love.
Okay.
They say, according to Time Magazine, I'm sure they do lots of studies and they gather all these experts to do these articles, but they say the average American checks the smartphone about 46 times a day. Some of us in this room probably cause that number to go a lot higher.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I know ours is higher.
Yeah.
Because if you have the screen time app turned on your phone, it'll give you a report on how many times you unlocked it.
Right.
in a day. And I've seen mine like...
What's the highest you've seen?
Well, I've only seen it a couple of times, but it's over 100 times.
Yeah. The average person checks it about 46 times a day. And without realizing it, your iPhone, your laptop, those habits can threaten your love life. So here are 4 ways to ensure that the digital part of your relationship is healthy.
Okay.
Number 1, you need to cut the cord sometimes. Okay, so phubbing. Have you heard the term phubbing? It's
Phubbing?
Phubbing.
No, I don't know what that is.
Phubbing is the term for snubbing the person you're with physically because you've got to stop everything to look at your phone. We are guilty of that. We go to lunch together, and if there is a pause of more than 5 seconds, one of us will pull out the cell phone.
Who is it usually, though?
I don't know. It's back and forth. And if it's me, then Alan's like, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. And he'll pull out his. And then we both end up sitting there. And you look around the restaurant, and people who are on dates or on business meetings or whatever they are, they're all on their phones and not communicating. It's a really bad habit.
It's an epidemic.
So that's called phubbing.
It's an epidemic.
They say it's not just annoying. One study of married couples found that phubbing your spouse is linked to depression in the other person and worse relationship satisfaction.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Another study found that feeling dependent on your smartphone, even when you're not actually using it, just that you have to have it there. I know sometimes when we go out, and I know the kids, like Emma Kelly's not feeling well or something, and I know she's at school, I'll put the cell phone on the table. Is that wrong? They're saying you're depending on it even when you're not actually using it. That's me being dependent on it, right? They say that's linked to lower relationship satisfaction too.
Just having it on the table?
They're saying depending on it even when you're not actually using it. I'm just using that as an example. So depending on your phone even though you're not on it.
Okay.
Depending on it. Like you have to have it.
Oh.
Like if you leave the house and you're 5 miles down the road, you have to turn around and go get it, I guess, because you're that dependent on it. All right. So this psychotherapist and digital intimacy and relationship expert named Robert Weiss says strategic phone use can actually strengthen your relationship. He said playing app-based games against your partner can give you a fun excuse to chat throughout the day. I have to disagree with this one, Robert Weiss, because Alan and I played Words with Friends together, and it almost destroyed our relationship.
Because I was holding Kellie by the nose and I was kicking her in the behind.
And you were rude about it. He was rude. He would would get like 75 points for a 2-letter word.
So,
and he would mock me.
That's not
that
true.
That is so
this
true.
Is not true.
It is true. You would make fun of me
no,
because you would boast and brag, booyah, and all that stuff, and it made me mad because I'm an English major.
Not true.
And I should have done better.
Now,
See?
I would
just
get,
talking about Words with Friends threatens our relationship.
No, look, you're getting all spun up. I would get 75 points on a 2-letter word. This is true. And I would just leave it at that. I would let my play do the talking. I would let my play.
So smug.
I would let my play do the talking.
So smug, and it was so bad. We were fighting. I'd stopped speaking to him.
You were fighting. I wasn't
and
fighting.
I said I can't do it, and I had to quit.
I'm a lover.
Robert Weiss.
Hey,
no,
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
No, this is not a good one. But he also says sexting can keep your physical relationship exciting. He says play in the digital world, but play with your partner.
Hey, every once in a while. Hey,
it doesn't have to be vulgar. It can be like little sexy winky emojis, and I think you looked so hot this morning. I can't wait till you get home tonight. That kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be vulgar.
You know,
and I know there's a kid in the next room. You hear me.
Hey, every once in a while, I'll send you. Kellie will be at work, and I may hop on the scale and take a picture down at the numbers on the scale, and I might not pay attention to what else is in the frame.
Why are you telling that?
Because that's what I just said.
That's sexting. I think that's trying to be funny. I think you're trying to be funny when you do that. They're saying be flirtatious. That's
flirtatious. Look, I don't. It's not like I take a picture of the whole thing. It's just like a little tiny.
Okay.
It's just like a little.
Now everybody's going to want to break into my phone. Oh gosh! All right, so he's saying that so the Mr. Weiss, Dr. Weiss, whatever he is, says play games with each other and play games with each other. Okay, number 2, that's it. Cut the cord and then use it in the wise way. Number 2, post carefully on social media.
Okay.
So if you've ever assumed couples who constantly post photos of their relationship are overcompensating for something, science is on your side. One study found that excessive social media PDA is actually associated with lower levels of relationship satisfaction. I guess you're trying to prove to everybody how happy you are.
No, you've seen those people that's like all they post about, right?
And then 2 days later you hear, what, they broke up? They were just making out on Facebook.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that all couple-based social media activity is bad. One study found posting content that shows couple unity, like a Facebook profile picture, like it's us, in our Facebook profile, that can increase feelings of closeness and relationship satisfaction. So I guess you want to be at least acknowledged by your partner and not giving the appearance that you're single.
That's fair.
There.
We do that all the time.
Right.
I mean, what am I trying to say? We don't do a lot of PDA on social media, but we do post a lot of pictures of each other. But it's usually, we're always doing something.
Right. So I don't know. Maybe people think we're trying to prove something, but then they just listen to the podcast and know what's really up.
Yeah.
So it says also, the key is simply to get on the same page as your partner. You've got to understand what to put where. Don't set your partner up to be embarrassed. Take a social media inventory with your partner and ask, what is important to you? Is it important to you that a picture of us goes up? And then post accordingly. So you might not realize things are, some people don't even put in a relationship on their status, or, you know what I'm saying? They still have single up there for months and months and months just because they don't think to go and change it. And that might be kind of important to your partner, or maybe at least acknowledge, you don't have to post about me every time, but could you acknowledge our relationship on your social media? Maybe that would be important. Or ask your partner, have I done anything to embarrass you on social media? Because I remember Katy Perry, when she was married to Russell Brand, he posted a picture of her on his social media right when she woke up, and she was not looking too super cute. And she was very upset about that.
Really?
Very, and had him pull it down. And some people might not think that's fun. So you need to know the boundaries when it comes to what you're allowed to post of each other.
Yeah, I did not know that.
That is true. Because she was not happy. Number 3, set expectations around texting. Some couples like to be in constant contact, while others rarely text. Both are fine as long as partners are both on the same page. If you both agree that you're going to be in touch once a day, do that. And whatever you do, don't miss a special occasion. That Robert Weiss guy says you have 15 calendars. You have them on your desk, on your phones, on your laptop. You have 15 calendars in your life. There is no reason in the digital age to miss an anniversary or a birthday. He also says you shouldn't read too much into texting habits unless it's habitual. And unanswered text probably just means your partner's busy. We do read a lot into that, especially if you're like left on a grumpy note or, that morning and you're anxiously waiting your partner to text you and they don't. You start reading a lot into that, right?
I mean, you can. I don't think we do too much. I mean,
well, an unanswered text probably means they're busy, or I assume you're still mad at me.
I think we're kind of over that.
No, I still get anxious when I know you're mad at me and you haven't texted me.
Really?
I still get anxious. Yeah.
I don't
make you anxious ever. If you haven't heard from me,
I figure you text when you can. I don't put a lot of stock into that.
Like if we had a fight and you texted me and I didn't text you back within an hour, you wouldn't read anything into it.
If we had a fight and I texted you, but you didn't text me back in an hour.
Within an hour.
I don't think you ever text me back within an hour. You're always busy, babe.
I'm busy.
You're always
very busy.
No, I'm not saying that to be.
But I'm just saying
you're always busy.
You have to assume that, and don't assume you can read too much into it.
Yeah.
You should not underestimate the power of sending a nice message. He said you have no idea how meaningful it can be when your partner's stressed out to hear from you because they love you. It takes so little, and it doesn't have to be deep. It's just like checking on them. Hope you're having a good day. I'm thinking of you. Those little like check-ins throughout the day. If they're really stressed, it just like, oh, somebody loves me and is thinking about me. Mm-hmm. It's really nice.
It is nice. I send you those.
Every once in a while.
I do.
You probably sent more when we were courting.
Oh, gee.
Everybody does more of that when you're courting. That's just true, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Beware of micro-cheating. This is number 4 in the 4 digital rules you should follow. Micro-cheating refers to behaviors that flirt with infidelity. This stuff is tricky to define because people draw boundaries in different places. Digital communication only makes it harder. The best strategy is open communication and a shared understanding of what is acceptable online, from texting with exes to looking at porn. I think the kids are out of earshot now.
Yeesh.
Agree not to do anything online that would make your partner uncomfortable. If you find yourself purposely concealing online activity, that's a red flag that you are violating your agreement. It's the secrecy that breaks couples up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think we've ever set rules for each other, but we expect each other not to be texting our exes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I really
That's
have.
kind of like
I
assumed.
really have no interest in any of that, to tell you the truth.
It's one thing to text your ex-wife or ex-husband because it involves your child.
Right.
But if it's somebody like you were really romantic with and you broke up and you're just, hey, I'm catching up with my old high school boyfriend. Not that you have to worry about that. I didn't have a high school boyfriend. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people would have a problem with that.
I think all the gals that I dated before you, I think they're all married now.
But if I found out you were texting them and just being chummy with them, would I have a problem with that? Maybe.
Well, yeah, probably. And you probably should, too.
And you do text like a lot of the women you worked with before, but that doesn't bother me because you never had a romantic relationship with them. Those are true friendships.
No,
so I don't mind that.
And you know all those people.
But some women...
They're friends of yours.
But some women might have a problem with that. So
yeah, some would. Some might.
So as a husband, would you say, I don't care. I know nothing's going on with these women. I'm going to continue to talk to them. Or would you respect your wife and say, I can't be doing that anymore? That's a dilemma you don't face. So...
That's a tough one because, I mean, those people that you mentioned, my friend Valerie, my friend Mackenzie, my friend Ashley, I worked with them for years, and you know all these
I know.
people.
I'm not threatened by them.
They came to our wedding. They're friends of mine and yours now. So it's kind of that. I can't even really imagine how it would be if you said, why are you texting those people? I can't even imagine how that would work,
You're very lucky I'm not a jealous person.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous to a fault, I think, sometimes. Not with you, but in previous relationships.
I guess what I would try to do is I'd just try to introduce you to them so you could see how just genuinely nice people they are.
I know, but you do have some people in men and women alike that are just extremely jealous people. And that comes from insecurity or whatever.
Right, I agree.
So you have to decide, well, I would assume you knew that going in, that I've got a hothead here and I've got to figure that out. And some people dig that jealousy. And they thrive on that.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's the right partner for you there too.
It's a control thing. I think
or is it insecure?
It's
a lot of things.
I think it's both. But severe jealousy, I think part of it is controlling and the other part is insecurity.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
And we're neither one of those things.
No.
Yeah. Maybe we should think there's a healthy amount of jealousy in a relationship.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you
I don't think you've ever once said you need to quit talking to that guy or something. I've never.
I wouldn't say that, but I can't. But I wouldn't sit here and say, when you go on and on about Troy Aikman or Dr. Jeff Goldblum, that I love hearing that. I wouldn't say that I love hearing that.
No,
but
Dr. Jeff Goldblum, he's referring to as my colonoscopy doctor.
Right, but
he's an what do they call those? He's something. He's not just a colonoscopy doctor. Gastroenterologist or whatever.
What? Snuffleupagus?
I don't know.
What did you just say?
But he is so smoking hot. And guess what? Alan's going to go see him too. And when you saw him, what did you say?
Oh gosh,
He's dreamy.
He came in the room. It was like, oh, and these angels kind of flew out from behind his head, and this light came in.
I know. He's a beautiful
man. Yeah.
Does that really bother you when I went on and on about him?
Babe, what are we talking about here? I just told you.
It really did.
When you went on and on, it's like, I'd roll my eyes. It's like,
just because you get sick of hearing it. It's like, okay, not because you're jealous.
I've had enough. Yeah.
You're not even a little bit jealous? Not that I have a chance with the butt doctor. Or Troy Aikman.
Yeah. No, maybe a little tiny bit, but not much.
Really?
Yeah, maybe a little tiny
bit. Oh,
bit.
That's so sweet.
Okay. That's good.
Hey, we want to stop real quick and tell you about this product. We've been dying to tell you about this for a while.
Yeah, we have.
We knew they were going to be a sponsor on our show. And so we ordered the product to make sure we were on board, that our dog was on board. Mm-hmm. And literally, we've just been waiting for the opportunity to tell you about Ollie.
Ollie.
You're really the one, because Alan's the one that deals with Larry, our dog Larry, first thing in the morning. And we had Larry on this diet that when we first rescued him, they suggested this this brand of dog food, really expensive and all this stuff. And Larry had so many gassy problems, and he would puke. And it would just, so we took him off that and put him on another expensive dog food. And he just he'd sniff at it and he'd kind of eat it throughout the day. He didn't really care for it. Then we found Ollie. Oh my gosh.
Guys,
this dog has never been more excited to eat in his life.
He loves this stuff. Ollie, we put the Ollie in his bowl, and this is no exaggeration. He comes running. And he sticks his face in the bowl, and he can't eat it fast enough.
He licks every corner
and he licks the bowl.
He looks underneath the bowl for more. He loves it. Ollie, this company, it's the food delivery. We're all about delivery on a sandwich and some lovin'.
Right.
And they actually cook this food according to your dog.
Yes.
So there's a questionnaire we filled out.
Yeah, you go to myollie.com, you answer a few questions about your dog, which we did, and then Ollie, they customize the recipe for your dog, and then they ship pre-portioned meals, so your dog gets the perfect portion every time. It's real simple, babe.
Yeah, you keep it in the freezer, and then when they finish one, you just stick it in the refrigerator overnight. It's thawed the next morning. You don't have to heat it up and all that. He eats it cold right out of the refrigerator with a scoop in there. I'm telling you, he loves this stuff. We cannot wait to get the next order. We got the beef for him, and he really likes it. And it looks like real food.
Yeah, it does look like real food.
It's got little peas in it and stuff.
Our what they developed for Larry does. So they delivered 5 million meals and counting. Shipping is free, and if your dog doesn't like the meals, Ollie has a money-back guarantee. So Ollie's offering our listeners 60% off your first box.
This is huge.
Plus a free bag of treats at myollie.com/lovin'.
Lovin.
Lovin. This is the best deal that they have available anywhere. It's available to our listeners. All you got to do, go to myollie.com/lovin' for 60% off plus a free bag of treats.
It's myollie.com/lovin. Got it? myollie.com/lovin'.
Love Ollie. You know who really loves Ollie is Larry. I really can't believe.
Oh, we said it. We said the address completely wrong.
What did we say?
Did you say /try/lovin'?
You know,
we read the
Hey, let's do that again. Rewind.
I just saw this.
Okay,
we read the address wrong.
Read it correctly.
Okay, people, scratch that. It's myollie.com/try/lovin'.
There we go.
Oh, I'm so sorry, myollie.com. I want to make sure people get that. It's MYOLLIE. That's how you spell Ollie.com/try/lovin'. I apologize for that. myollie.com/try/lovin'. Hopefully y'all figured that out. I apologize. Man, it's a big savings, and we really, really love this product. So we want to make sure that y'all take advantage of that if you have a finicky dog or a dog that's having issues with his food.
Yeah.
Glad we caught that.
Yeah,
that'd be bad.
I'm really glad we caught that.
All right, so we got a letter from a gentleman, and this is really directed to you. Ask Alan. Ask Alan anything. What role does a stepfather play? I'm a stepfather of 3, and my fiance is the oldest son. My fiance's oldest son. His behavior has gotten out of control. Do I sit back and watch? I've tried to help, but when we talked about discipline, and basically she told me that I was there to be his friend. And when it comes down to discipline, his father and she would take care of it. My thing is he lives with me 90% of the time. And when he's constantly disrespectful and getting into trouble at school, it's hard for me to stay quiet. Growing up, if I was to backtalk my grandmother, I would get hit with anything within reach. So I've stayed quiet. I work out of town, so when I FaceTime her, she's constantly yelling at him, and he's constantly being disrespectful, and I have no clue how to handle it. He's in the 3rd grade.
Oh, gosh.
Got to get a handle on this one. And this is his 4th time to be in ISS. What is ISS?
In-school suspension.
Okay. I've tried to talk to him and let him know what he's doing is wrong, but he just blows me off and doesn't listen. So I don't know what to do. Any advice?
Wow.
But the mother flat out said, you just be his friend and let me and his dad handle it. I don't know.
Okay. So any advice? Well, there's problem number 1. You just identified it for me. You and your wife aren't on the same page when it comes to the discipline. So yeah, the kid's going to blow you off because his mother has basically put you in a position where you have no authority. Mm-mm. So really, you should be approaching the mother and not the child. Until you and the mother get on the same page there, you're going to have a big problem.
And they're not even married yet. This is a fiance. They are living together, it sounds like from the letter, but they're not married yet.
Yeah.
He's still just the fiance.
Now, that's a problem, okay? I hope you agree that that's a problem. That doesn't mean that being a stepdad, you carry kind of the same tactics with discipline that a biological father might. You know, there's going to be some nuances that you have to kind of navigate through there. That's going to always be a little bit different, I think, a stepdad versus a biological dad and how you discipline. But even before that, even before you get there to a position where you feel comfortable disciplining this child, you got to team up with your girlfriend, fiance. You got to team up with your fiance and say, look, you know, we got to be on the same page here with discipline for what's going to be our child when he's with us.
He's with him 90% of the time.
He's 90% of the time. There you go. And, you know, if you want him to grow up to be a child who respects parents and does things the right way, it's going to take both of us in the home doing this, you know? And I think that's where, you know, I think Kellie and I, we're on the same page with discipline and the kind of things I think we expect from the children. Are we perfect? Are they perfect? No, we've gone into that before. Nobody's perfect. Kids aren't perfect. We're not perfect when we discipline. But one thing Kellie and I do see eye to eye on is we agree in the same types of values and the same types of respect we expect from the kids. But, you know, there are times where Kellie needs to discipline because it might be Emma Kellie, or I need to discipline because it's our children or my children, Brooke, Cole, and Dylan. But, you know, there is crossover there too, though. Mm-hmm. You know, there are times where I have to get on to Emma Kellie for something. And there are times when Kellie has to get on Brooke, Cole, and Dylan for something. It's not hard getting on them, but it's, you know, I think all four of them look at us as, hey, they're the parents and they're kind of calling the shots, you know. Sometimes we struggle with that, but I think for the most part, I think they look at us as, okay, there's two of us here and they're both kind of working together to call the shots. Does that sound right?
Yeah, but I let you, like the harsher discipline with your biological children, I'd let you handle, and I handle the harsher discipline with my biological. I think that's just common sense, right? The harsher stuff when it's like real serious.
Right.
But when you call her, like Emma Kellie on the carpet, if she's being disrespectful, I'm like, yeah, great, you know, things like that. But huge like punishments, I guess that would have to be more. We need to be on the same page. We need to agree. And if we do disagree, never in front of the children.
Yeah.
That has to be in private. I think that's I think it's good for kids to see adults have conflict and disagreement and work. I think that's healthy. They need to see people have some disagreements and be able to work it out, because they might be afraid if we ever had a big fight, you know, that we would be divorced or whatever, right? You have to show them a healthy way to argue.
Right.
But when it comes, I wouldn't contradict. That's different. Contradicting discipline.
Yeah,
that's completely different. Right?
No, I agree.
See what I'm saying?
No, I see exactly what you're saying.
I didn't say that very well.
No, well, you did, babe. Conflict and problems, they're okay. A lot of people, I think conflict and having problems and things not being quite right, it's like really bad. I mean, those things are okay because it allows you to resolve them and learn from them and kind of move on, you know, and then learn from those mistakes. It's the people who are scared of conflict or scared of disagreements that hide and don't want to talk about it, I think, that have bigger problems later on.
Or hide them from the kids.
Or hide them from the kids.
How many people say, I never saw my parents fight. I never saw them argue. They were always happy. And the next thing we know, dad moved out. And they had no idea there was ever any problem, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's a good letter. I think
his name is Roy.
Roy, I think step one, my man, you got to get with your fiance and get on the same page. That's going to be sounds like your biggest hurdle right now. If the child sees that mom and you are on the same page, you're going to have a lot more authority.
And it's not too late. That age, she's only fourth grade.
Third grade?
You can nip this one in the bud.
Sure you can.
Because when he used to be 16 and 17, you're going to have some issues. That's hard.
Particularly when he's in your house 90% of the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're going to have to be able to set some ground rules You know, and we're talking a lot about rules and discipline, but also
I think kids crave that.
They do.
They need to know the boundaries because I think there's safety, and they of course rebel against it. But I think there's comfort in knowing I can only go this far.
Yeah. But one thing we don't know from the letter, and what I was about to say is, you know, there's also, in that 90% of the time he's with you, that's a lot of time for a kid to be at your house that's bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, it's probably just an every other weekend visitation kind of thing.
Yeah, what kind of relationship do you have with the child? Is it good enough to where the child trusts you, looks up to you, respects you? Do you have any of that yet too? You know, that might be something that you need to work on as well. Not work on, but gain with the child over time.
Now, if the fiance, the child's mother says, stay out of it, I got this, and she wants to keep things, do you think it's a good idea for them to go ahead and get married?
Say that one more time.
If she doesn't agree that to give him more authority, if she just says, you just keep being his friend, let me handle it, and we've got this out of control kid who's going to only get worse and worse, probably, should he reconsider marriage?
I don't know.
They're not married yet.
That's a big red flag. That would be a big red flag for me. If I were dating a woman and I was about to marry the woman and she had a child and she basically says what you just said is basically just butt out of it, let me handle this. I'd be like, whoa, okay. He's going to be living with us 9 out of 10 days here. So you want me to just like pretend I'm not there and you're going to handle all this? Man, that'd be a red flag to me. I'd think really hard about that. I really would.
Yeah.
Because this is a kid in 3rd grade. He's going to be in that house for a long time.
It's a lot of stress on a relationship.
Yeah. It's not like he's 16 or 17. He's only going to be there 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, marriage doesn't fix problems. Marriage exacerbates problems. So
it can.
If it's a problem going in, I find that marriage, because then there's the comfort in, well, I got him married now. I don't have to hide all this stuff anymore. I don't have to, leave the lights off when I get ready for bed and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you just like let everything hang out after you get married. And so I think it can exacerbate problems too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agreed.
Okay, baby.
Yeah.
See, look at us on the same page.
Oh, yeah. That's me.
That's our successful relationship.
Hey,
I've got some homework for everybody. Alan and I finally finished Making a Murderer 2.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Yes. Well, I was like, come on. Towards the end of it, the first season, Making a Murderer, I just had somebody write me today and they said they finally heard us talk about it so much on the podcast. They finally started watching Making a Murderer. It's been on Netflix forever, but Making a Murderer 2, we just finished. And right now they're just in the appeals process and they're trying to get Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, his nephew, they're trying to get him out of jail. They're still both sitting in prison. I should say prison, not jail. So that's where it left off. I've been following Kathleen Zellner, the Avery defense attorney who's trying to get his case overturned and stuff. I've been following her on Twitter. It's been really fun.
She follows you on Twitter, too.
She follows me, too. And I haven't been very good about tweeting. I need to tweet with Kathleen Zellner in mind so she can be entertained. But listen, our next project, and I want to do this together as a podcast family so we can so when we talk about it next podcast, I want to do this by next podcast. Okay. I'm asking for 90 minutes of your time because that's what I've been told this thing is 90 minutes long. I want us all to watch Abducted in Plain Sight on Netflix.
I've been wanting to watch this.
We've been wanting to watch it. We were supposed to do it last night and we didn't do it. We haven't done it all day today. We've had multiple chances, but now I'm making it a homework assignment. So if you've been wanting to watch this, because everybody that's watched it says the same adjective. It's disturbing.
We hear disturbing a lot.
Disturbing. Everybody keeps saying that. And I'm like, wow. But it's not like you're going to watch this and think, oh, this could happen to me. Because when I heard the title, Abducted in Plain Sight, I thought, is this going to make me so upset that I'll be panicked that my child's going to be abducted in plain sight? No. This, I promise, if you're a normal human being, and I assume you are because you're listening to our podcast, that this will never happen to you. You know the premise of it, right?
No, I know nothing about it.
Oh, good. See, I've read a little bit about it, so I know a little bit about what it's about. So please.
And I don't want to know anything about it.
I know. I want you to go in blind. So between now and the next podcast, people, This one's going to be out on Monday. So by this Thursday, we're going to all set aside 90 minutes. I heard this is an hour and a half to watch Abducted in Plain Sight on Netflix.
Okay.
So we can all talk about it.
Sure.
And get it out of our systems. I'm very excited about it.
Well, do we have time to watch it tonight?
And then we'll pick our next project. But I think we should do stuff together as a family in addition to vacationing together in July. Again, go to kellyanallen.com/vacation to get the details.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also want to tell you, I forgot completely to mention this last week. Some of you, not everybody has the Reels channel, REELZ. Reels. You have to have like DirecTV and a few cable services. I know my parents don't have it, and some of my friends in South Carolina don't have the Reels channel on their cable provider. But if you do, last year I got to do I was a contributor for The Price of Fame. That's the name of the TV show. It was the inaugural season of The Price of Fame. Mm-hmm. And we did stories on Robin Williams, and we did Carrie Fisher, and we did Shania Twain and Johnny Depp. Well, The Price of Fame did so well. It's back for season 2, and it's in its second week now. Last week, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on who was last week. It was Robert Downey Jr., and this week is Mackenzie Phillips. So if you can go and go to reelschannel.com, I believe. It's just Google the Reels channel, and it'll show you what channel it comes up on your cable service provider if you get it, and you can see me.
You did a great job too, babe. Yeah, you've done a great job. You get a lot of tweets and social media people. They'll screen grab you and show a picture of you on Reels. It's really cool. You've done a great job. Yeah.
The Reels channel, they go all out. One of the studios is right here in the North Dallas area.
Right down the road.
Right down the road from us. And when they get these people, these actors they hire to portray these characters, Robin Williams, Shania Twain, Mackenzie Phillips, they not only have to find people that can act really good, they want them to look like them.
They look just like them.
And they really do nail it a lot of the times. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And so if you've seen it, I hope you've seen it. There's a lot of really, Murder Made Me Famous, The Price of Fame. There's a lot of good shows on Reels channel. Yeah. So I'm just really excited they had me back for season 2. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't mind, I'd love it. And I'd love to hear your feedback on that.
Good job, babe.
Is that a good job?
Yeah.
Promoting myself?
You've done a great job on that Reels. You should promote yourself.
Promoting me. And then again, we want to thank our lovely third sponsor from this podcast is Jump Sport. I've been telling you about Jump Sport. It's been really easy for me. It's this trampoline. I pull it out, put it in front of the TV, and I put on Manifest. That's been my little tradition because I don't watch Manifest in real time. I like to watch it when it's DVR'd so I can fast forward through the stressful parts. It gets me really stressed out, but I can do it in fast motion and it doesn't make me so stressed out. And the whole time I'm bouncing on the Jump Sport, I'm rebounding. And rebounding is much easier on your joints. You're burning more calories than you are when you're jogging, and you're not going to need knee surgery from jogging.
Dylan was using this thing today.
Kids love it too. And
our 6-year-old.
He just thinks he's bouncing up and down having a good time. He's getting good exercise. In fact, rebounding for 20 minutes on the Jump Sport, it's like getting a 30-minute workout. And you can do a lot of this, like the bar training and all these mini trampoline exercises. You can do all of that. The interval training burns calories faster than running. It also decreases your cellulite. What were you just telling me about my butt?
It's gotten a lot smaller.
He noticed a difference in my butt. The other night.
It's half the size it used to be.
Right. We give each other shots every Friday night. We're taking these B12 shots for energy. And Alan said, your butt's looking better.
It's looking a lot better.
I'm telling you, I think it has a lot to do with rebounding on Jump Sport. And if you want to Jump Sport with me, you can get the best deal ever.
All right, let's get this right here. Jumpstart your new year with the best deal ever at 25% off any 300 or 500 series fitness trampoline. Just go to jumpsport.com and enter our code SANDWICH25 at checkout. That's jumpsport.com with promo code SANDWICH25 for 25% off. Jumpsport.com, promo code SANDWICH25 for this exclusive deal.
Thank you, Jump Sport, for my smaller rear end.
We love Jump Sport. Yeah,
that's it, babe.
Your rear end is much smaller.
Thank you. Thank you.
I guess that's a compliment.
Well, I don't have a bubble butt. I have, it's very flat. My butt's very flat, but it was jiggling a lot. And I would like to have more of a butt. I would like to have more of a bubble butt. But genetically, I'm not predisposed to that.
Well, that's okay, babe, because I'd love to have 6-pack abs, and I'm not,
you don't have much in the butt department either. We're butt deficient.
I've got nothing.
It's a good thing we did not procreate.
I've got less.
Our child would have nothing to sit on.
I've got less than a butt. My butt's like a Ken doll. I got 2 legs that just go into my back.
And Alan has lost 21 pounds, and some of that did come from your already small butt.
Yeah. I want to lose 6 more, and I think I'll be very, very happy.
I've lost 15 and a half.
What's your goal? Where are you trying to get?
If I could lose 12, that'd be awesome. But if I could lose about 10, I think I'd be happy. I'm just, you get that number in your head.
10 more?
10 more, I'd
Wow.
be happy. But 12 more to be at that number that's in my head.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing great, babe, and you're looking great.
Thanks.
Hopefully you're feeling great.
I haven't put on makeup all weekend long. I have taken a shower at one point this weekend.
Well, some weekends
I brush
like
my
that.
teeth every day. Sometimes you just need those weekends, right?
Yeah. I've got to brush and floss and use mouthwash every day. And
you feel good?
Yeah, I can go a day without bathing if I do that, but I can't go the entire day without doing that and bathing. Then I start feeling like a
You feel gross.
like a slob.
You feel so gross.
Yeah, I start feeling like a bum.
So anyway, this has been. Thank you for putting up with my grunginess this weekend.
Oh,
I just haven't felt. I don't know. I just needed a down weekend. Sometimes you need those for your mental health a little bit. I tell you what I did do. I caught up on all the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And thank you for letting me sit on my butt and do that this weekend.
No, I didn't mind that you do that.
Yeah, I caught up on all of them. I had DVR'd them all, and I finished them. And so now I've got the reunion show this week, which I'm excited about.
That reminded me, I was telling Kelly while she was watching, I was in there kind of goofing with my weights or whatever, watching while she was watching.
I had to rewind it like 3 times because I was talking over it.
because I was talking while you were watching. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. But
what did that mean?
I was telling her.
What was that? That was a dig.
Kind of like when we were watching, what was that one with Sandra Bullock and the blindfold? And you kept talking while I was.
What I was saying was, here's my talking.
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening. I can't look. I can't look. That's me talking.
I can't hear.
Alan's
I
talking.
can't hear.
This is so fake. This is more fake than wrestling. I can't believe you're buying all this. And da-da-da. That's his talking. My talking is, tell me what's happening.
That's what it reminded me of, was wrestling. It reminded me of professional wrestling. That scene where they're all out there at the pool and then they get in this fight. It was a fake scuffle, and the guy gets pushed in the pool. He about just dove in the pool. It was just so fake.
I think he lost his balance and fell in when they pushed him.
But it was like,
I choose to believe, because I happen to know some Real Housewives. Know
as do I.
You do too. And I know that real feelings get involved. Real feelings. They do put you in situations, because for me, I don't like conflict. I avoid conflict. But when I'm told, okay, we just had this huge fight at this cocktail party, so the next day you need to go to lunch with that person you just had a huge conflict with. See, I wouldn't do that in real life. So they're put in those situations where they have to address it. So I do think real feelings do come from it, because I know there's some housewives that started off as really good friends who are not speaking right now. And I know that some that weren't speaking are suddenly friends. It's really strange how it all kind of goes around and comes around.
Well, I don't doubt that they're real feelings, but
you thought he wasn't buying the husbands fighting.
I question that whole scene outside by the pool. That's all set up.
Just don't ruin it for me.
Okay. Well, no, you go on. I used to love professional wrestling, but I knew it was fake.
I don't think it's all fake. I think some of it is. I think some of them create drama, but becomes real drama.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I choose to live my life, believing in the Real Housewives drama.
All right, babe. Well, speaking of drama, the podcast has come to an end.
Well, thanks for doing it with me.
Yeah.
Another one in the books.
Another one in the books. This was fun. We brought it home for Jerome right at about an hour. That's what we usually promise our listeners. A little more, a little less. This time, right on the nose.
I need to go check on my daughter, who is suffering. I want y'all to all say a prayer for her, because I think she probably got strep throat, and I'd appreciate that.
And I need to
help Cole with
some homework, and I've got to do some stuff for Cole tomorrow. He's got something to do, but anyway, I'm kind of thinking out loud now. Yeah, we got some stuff to do, so we'll finish her up. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
Love you.
Thanks for doing the podcast with me. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.